This is Shaheen Shakar, and I'm here again to talk a little more about exponents. And I talked previously about the idea of why do we sometimes call this x squared when it's x to the second power? Or why would I call something x cubed? Well, I'm going to be explaining that to you today. So the idea is this. If I'm looking at something being squared, it actually has to do with geometry. Oh, I know you're pumped about that. So the idea is that if I think of a shape like a square, the idea in looking at a square and I'm looking at the shape here, I know that the sides are all congruent. If the sides are all congruent, let's say that the value of the side was x, how would I find the area of the square? In order to find the area of the square, I go ahead and I multiply length times width. Now I think you know that a equals length times width, right? But for a square, we actually say that a is equal to side squared. And we say squared because it's for solving for the area of a what shape? What shape? A square. And that's where we come up with the term squared when we have a 2 as an exponent. So therefore, if I'm looking at a 3 as an exponent, we're going to be labeling that. We call this cubed. Why would I bother calling that cubed? Well, I'm glad you asked. If I had a 3-dimensional figure, okay, I am not an art teacher, so we'll do our best. The idea is that in a cube, we have, similar to a square, in a cube, all side lengths are the same. So let's pretend that, I don't know, that the length of this was x, or we can actually say like, I don't know, let's say 3 inches, okay? If this was 3 inches, this also would be 3 inches, okay? And this, every other side would be 3 inches. And so I'm going to say length, sorry, or I could say, yeah, I could say length, width, or I could say length, width, and height. Okay, they're all going to be congruent to each other. The idea is that when I have, when I'm doing volume, volume is equal to length times width times height, right? Length times width times height. But in a cube, it's all congruent. So what you're saying is volume is equal to side, guess what it's going to be? Cubed. And that's where we get the idea of cubed and squared. That's where you get those names. Well, what if it's a 4-dimensional figure? Well, that's incorporating time, and we're not doing theoretical physics. So I'm going to say peace on that, and I hope this was a little bit helpful as to why we call things squared and cubed. All right, have a great day. Bye.